and welcome to the maiden edition of the Make a Difference Ghana Personality Focus. The purpose of this show is to recognize, highlight and appreciate individuals, women and girls that go an extra mile to make an impact in society, mentor young people and contribute their quota to the development of their communities and the nation at large. On this show, we shall try to dive into the personalities' lives to know the secrets to their kind hearts. Aisha Mohammed is my name and I shall be your host for the maiden edition of the Make a Difference Personality Focus. Today, our personality in focus is a great woman, a selfless woman when it comes to development, a woman who believes in unitedness, a woman who can go an extra mile to see that the change we preach is being achieved in one way or the other, and also a mentor to most women we have in the northern region and beyond. She is a development management consultant with an MSc in managing rural development for the University of London and BA Integrated Development Studies from the University for Development Studies. She has several certificates from recognized institutions related to her profession and career development. In 2018, she attended a certificate course in Canada at St. Francis Xavier University and was awarded a certificate in advocacy and increasing citizens' voice and agency. She is an advocate of women and girls empowerment, working with about 150 groups of women farmers, share pickers, processors, and agribusinesses. As a CSO person, she belongs to many international and national platforms for learning and sharing, as well as for advocacy purposes. Among the global platforms are Hurricane Commission, Global Grassroots Women Movement, Girls Not Bride, and Women Deliver. Her special interests or skills as a leader are coaching or mentoring young women, facilitating champions for change, and ensuring gender and social inclusion in development initiatives. She is the Executive Director of the Savannah Women Integration Agency, SWIDA Ghana, Distinguished Achievement Awardee at the 2021 Humanitarian Awards Global, and the wife of the former Northern Regional Minister, Hon Sa-eed. Our personality in focus for October is in the person of Hon Hajia Alima Sagito Sa-eed. Good day, madam.
Good day.
We are glad and excited to have you as our maiden guest for the Make a Difference Ghana Personality Focus edition.
Thank you.
Most people, including myself, do not know Hajia Alima Sagito beyond the literature, and so we want to know who is Hajia Alima.
Yeah, thank you very much. And then I want to say good morning to my young people who are watching me and listening to me. It has been a good day so far, and then I'm happy that I'm being selected to do the first edition of this very important personality focus. Hajia Alima is just what you read. You just said everything about Hajia Alima. That's just me. Everything about what I do and what I stand for is what is on the paper. That is everywhere, that everybody is in the literature that you know. But just to add, sometimes people want to know how one, your born place, your region, your everything. Sometimes they also make a lot of meaning, because especially when you want to talk to young people who will be listening from everywhere, that this particular focus will target, will reach out. So you want to let people know that wherever they find themselves, they also have a hometown person that is also impacting. So it's important that at a stage we let people know exactly who are. My name is Hajia, like you said, Alima. I am a Sisala by tribe. That means I'm originally from Upper West region. My district is the Lambusie district in actual fact. So I'm born in Accra, born and bred virtually there. Just came into the north when I was going to St. Francis Girls Secondary School. Yes. So that was my first time in 1998 when I came into the north to go to St. Francis. So my school, primary school and everything was in Accra.
Okay.
Yes, we are Zongo people, Alaju.
Oh.
To be precise. So sometimes also you want to say this so that you know that even within Zongo we are producing results.
Okay.
It's important. So those of you know Alaju very well. That's the also central area there. Very close. ICQ, Agbena area.
So you've basically touched on the next question I wanted to come up with. But let's look at some of the portfolios you took back at the school
When
days.
I was in school, for me, when I was class prefect, yeah, definitely. I was always, depending on the class, I'm either the class prefect or the assistant class prefect. So up to that level when I left for secondary school. When I went to St. Francis to Form 1 to 3, I was class prefect. Then you know, in those days, the 5-year period, the leadership starts from after Form 3. When you enter Form 4, then you start to contest for positions. So I became the house prefect. From there, I became literally the assistant SSP. I mean, those kind of things, positions we have held them before. Then I went to sixth form in Ganasco.
Oh, okay.
Yes, then in Ganasco I became the GP of the school.
Wow.
So as for school prefects, we have held them. So it's those things that make us programs that we run. We want children, especially girls, to pick any position that can, because it motivates you, to gives you opportunity to learn, interact, also know how to live with people, what to expect when you are leading. So that's where you begin to do the learning. So you build your confidence to move on. So basically in secondary school, when I went to university too, I became the women's commissioner somewhere along the line. Wow. Then from there I became the electoral commissioner. But I became electoral commissioner for like 1 month and I handed over. I just left it because my boyfriend at that time, who was the Honorable Regional Minister, was standing for election. Oh. So I didn't want to become the
EC, so that in case he leaves, you can declare. That is a great one.
So okay, basically I just had to, when they did me the electoral commissioner, and then he said I was contesting for the secretary for one of the positions, so I just decided to resign.
Okay, so I think my viewers will understand why Hajia Alima in particular is so into leadership, or especially young women taking leadership roles and not limiting themselves to anything or for anything. And so Hajia, young people or many girls and even including boys look up to you as their role model, and therefore we're going to have a lot of positive change makers in future, which I'm sure about. And so who was your role model growing up?
My role model growing up, you know, in those days of our time where TV was really very limited, you're just looking up immediately the women that are around you. So for us, at that time when we were here, there was a woman that was working at the RCC. I was doing national service there after. So I was just looking up to that woman. I think she was the national service coordinator at that time. They were calling her Gifty Mama or something. She was the national service. So they were the immediate women that you could see that were making it. So we're just looking up to them. And they're also moving. Just moving. And giving the rest to God. But at least at the end of the day, you also know what you want. So you are just also targeting to get there.
We all know we have weaknesses and strengths when it comes to what we do. So I want to know, what are your weaknesses and what are your strengths that affect the work you do? Because a lot of young people have certain habits that affect our work, but we do not know because we think or we don't know we are counterproductive.
That's true. You see, before I come there, you know, as somebody who has been in leadership right from, let's say, when I entered school, so it gives me opportunity to know that you need to be able to serve, and service has advantages and disadvantages, and it also, all those things come around your level of what are your strengths and what are your weaknesses. So somewhere along the line, if you don't identify them, it can really become counterproductive. So for me, given what I do, which is the development work that I do, relating with social beings, just trying to get human beings happy every time. You know me, I'm always a happy person. And so I always want everybody around me to be happy. And it can be, sometimes it can be a weakness. Because sometimes people can underrate you in terms of the way you relate with them. Yes. So, and that has been my weakness at the same time a strength that I have. Because that relationship has made me touch a lot of lives. People just see me and already they are happy because they know that this woman is a happy person. And then it also gives opportunity for some other people to just think that this woman wants to be showing off. It's also a weakness, looking at it from another level. But I don't see it as weakness, but people see it as weakness. And the other thing that for me to see as weakness, as far as I'm concerned, has to do with the fact that I sometimes over assume that everybody is like me. You see, so when you do that, you over force people beyond their limit, which also at a stage becomes good because you would have been forcing them but encouraging them alongside the way. So I want to see it both ways, weakness to some level, because it can make when I do that, some people think that I don't know how to explain, but it looks some way. Then the other thing that is my weakness also has to do with it. I always assume that people should be fast the way I am fast. I hardly have patience in doing things with people, but I need to learn. So somewhere along the line, I'm learning how to just move people by their strength, by their distance, and just gradually graduate them into wherever level I want them to be. So I start with the fact that you should be fast like me. Your thinking should be smart. Probably it's not like that. So I know where my weaknesses are. So when I'm relating with people, I start from that angle. But if somewhere along then I realize that no, you are not that type, I still have patience for you to move you along. Did you get it? I'll still have that patience to move you along to where I really want you to, because that is my work. I want people to be better than me, because I can't make it and I cannot be everywhere. So if people come across me, I should be able to get them to a level that when I'm not there, they can say that they will take over. So it's something you have to do, and also recognizing that we are not all moving at the same pace. The exposure of everybody is different. Did you get it? People's analysis of issues are different. So the way I always, if I don't have that particular assumption behind me that I cannot assume that everybody is like me, and I want to just think that everybody should move at the same pace, I may be leaving so many people behind, which may not also be bad, because gradually people also progress as they move along, and at a stage they can become even better than the people that you thought that.
Okay, so you're watching live the maiden edition of the Make a Difference Ghana Personality Focus, and today our personality in focus is Hajia Alima Sagito. We've talked about a lot already, looking at how she grew up, who Hajia Alima Sagito is, knowing her beyond literature, and then the portfolio she took in school, the weaknesses and strengths that affect her when it comes to her work. And then now, let's talk about the journey in your career so far. Let's talk about the journey, day in, day out. So far, I've not seen any activity I've not seen Hajia in. So let's talk about your journey so far in your career as far as development and others are concerned.
Thank you very much. But you know, you said strength, but I didn't mention my strength.
Okay.
You know that.
All right, so let's go with the strengths.
Yes, but it's just that I took the opportunity to also turn them also into strength somewhere along the line. But I know that I have my strength. My strength is how to relate with people. And that thing, I say it everywhere. It has brought me this far because of my relationship. And I take pride in that. I have consciously cultivated how to relate with people and get people to accept me for
Who you are.
Who I am. And I've also consciously made sure that I've not used position. My other strength is to use position to the benefit of society. That is what I really want to do, and that is what I do. And I've seen how far that has brought me. I've seen how far, because of that, the numbers that just feel comfortable to call me, just to tell me that, yeah, this is my problem. And they feel that if I don't have it, the way I will talk to them, they are okay with it. And I'm very proud of that one. And I think that it is an asset that every young people you should have. Because as a relationship, it is everything. People must trust you. That when they come to you, even no matter how it is, how you receive them, make a difference in their life. And that's a strength for me. And because of that strength, God gives me only good people. Good people attract, like they just come to me. You know, I have situations where when I go for program, people ask me that, how do you get your staff? I say, no, I don't get staff. If staff come to me because they know that coming to Hajia, we can get something. And when they come, because of the way we live, the way we relate, which is a family way, definitely people want to belong. Do you get it? And it's the relationship we are talking, and it's a strength that everybody must have. If you have it, you will live. You don't need money to be happy in your life.
Oh.
My other strength is to be happy every day.
Okay, that's great, which is very important because you are more healthier when you are happy.
Yes.
Okay, so most people in life at a point quit what they do or regret what they do because they don't even know what they are doing or they are not sure of what they have started. Have you at any point in your life regret what you are doing?
No, I have not regretted what I'm doing. What I'm doing is people centered, and it's a passion that I have to do it. So when you are passionate, you don't regret. You only learn lessons as you move along, and that's what has been the journey so far. The journey so far has not been rosy because it comes with challenges. We are dealing with human beings, we are dealing with society, we are dealing with different dynamics every day, every time. And for me, each dynamic that comes along with opportunity. Okay. And because of the way I've understood development, I've studied it. I have lived it. It's not theory. I have studied theory and I'm doing practice. Okay. So I'm able to combine the two. And I've also have both working experience in different fields. I have worked, at least, I've not worked in the government sector, okay, but I have done national service within the government environment. Do you understand? So I understand how the settings work. Then I entered into the CSO system. And definitely, you also have to work with government, so you know that. And then my target has always been community. So that those level of grassroots to middle to the top, I have gotten all those experience. And I've also worked as an employer, junior staff to middle staff, then to now also employee. Do you get it? Okay. So all those level of experience, that journey has placed me in a position where my relationship with human beings, okay, has been stronger every day, and also has improved and made me know that my choice of profession is a good one, because that is, I don't regret any day that I am in developing human beings. I am there developing young people. Okay. I am there working with young people. I am there listening to young people. I am there coaching young people. I am there mentoring young people. Okay. I never regret, okay, because I see joy in what I do. Okay. I go to communities and they see, hey, Hajia Kanama, and they are happy. They are laughing. It's not, I don't give anybody money, but they just look at me and they think that there is hope. I go to communities, I just hold people, I relate with children, and they are happy. Okay. I go everywhere in this Tamale. Every meeting I go, 2-3 people will know me. Okay. So I'm just getting a lot of joy from what I do. There is no day I'll sit down and say that I'm regretting the choice of profession I choose for myself.
That is a great one, Hajia. So quickly, let's come to the fact that do you encounter challenges or feel demoralized considering the fact that you are a woman in your field of work?
Yeah, you see, this our equality journey is not something that you will always encounter it depending on how you yourself define it. Okay. Me, I've defined these gender issues, I've understood what can happen. So before I enter into that environment, I can sometimes anticipate what can happen. So I'm prepared for it. Okay. So when I'm prepared for it, I always have a way to respond to issues to the extent that we can now normalize the thing and work through. Okay. So as for those challenges, for me to say that I've never encountered them, they are there. Okay. But we have also lived above them now. They are not things that those things don't bring me down. They make me prepare for every journey that I want to enter, every move that I want to move. Okay. I prepare for potentially who I'm going to meet and what can likely responses that. So if you invite me for a meeting, I study the context of the meeting, prepare for the meeting. So when I go and I have to make contribution to be relevant to the issues. Okay. So you don't look down upon me that, no, I'm prepared. Okay. Yeah.
you've shared your experience with us already about how you resigned as an EC in 1 month because your then boyfriend, who is Hon Hajia Alima Sagito, was contesting for a position and all that. We want to know, how did it all happen between you two? Take us through the journey. We want to hear that story.
This is a journey that started in UDS, the Nabrogo campus. You know, in the UDS, we were the second batch of UDS when it started in 95.
Okay.
So when we got to the campus, you know, we're all GIMSA members, we became friends. Then that's how it just started. Then we just became serious friends and moved from there. So for all the 4 years we did on campus, we were just friends throughout. And from that friendship, it has grown up to this stage. So basically that is it. And then somewhere along the line, we decided to marry. So in actual fact, that friendship has helped. We have been able to support each other. Because I went there just as a normal student, and he was already a teacher, so he was a professional before he entered. So when we finished school and then we came, I was doing national service and the Institute of Local Government Studies. That was the time they just also started, and then he was still doing his teaching. So when we finished service, the institute wanted to retain me, but I also got tired of Tamale. I don't know for what reason, I just wanted to move out. So to be very frank, Honorable has been very helpful to me. Because when he first got a job, that made me move out because he got a job and he said that he's a teacher, he cannot, that my girlfriend is not working, so he just made them give the job to me.
Wow.
So that moved me out of northern region to eastern region.
Wow.
So I was living in the eastern region still, and then we married.
Wow. That's a great one.
We married 2003.
Okay.
That we married. So we stayed for long, I think from 1995.
Okay.
From there up to, so at least for 7 years then we married finally. And we have been together. And we have been growing together up to now. So God willing, we have come far, and we are still going far. We'll go further.
Okay. So I'm sure we are now knowing you beyond.
Yes. It's important. It's important.
That's great, Hajia. So as a female in the space of social workers, and then also working towards achieving the SDG goals for 2030, what are the roles the female, or what are the roles you are playing, or you think females or women can play in achieving the SDG goal 1? That is no poverty.
No poverty.
And SDG 2, that is zero hunger.
Zero hunger, okay.
Yes,
that's fine. You know, SDG, we have just 9 years to go.
Alright.
And the slogan, we should leave no one behind.
Yes.
So leaving no one behind means that you need to get a strategy that will make sure that that strategy moves along almost everybody. And we all know that in every household, every change, every sustainable thing that can happen is around the woman. So that's why we are even as an organization, SWIDA Ghana. I did not even tell you that this organization was managed by Honorable first. Because we formed it together. Then I was working in the Eastern region, then he took over and was running it. Plus his teaching. Until I came back and I now took over, then he decided to do full-time politics. So basically that's how I'm currently in charge.
And that's a great one.
Yes, but so having said that, and then back to the question of SDG
Goal 1 and 2.
and then the role of women. As an organization, Savannah Women Integrated Law, you know we are women and girls empowerment organization. And for us, our goal of doing that empowerment has to do with the deliberately working with women to economically empower them. So what we call economic justice is very important for us. Now we believe in economic empowerment, getting women decent job that will contribute to achieving those SDG. And for us, the SDG achievements not only goal 1, it's not only goal 2. We are looking at all the 17 SDGs. When we get the woman economically empowered, it is very possible for all the other SDGs to be achieved by every woman in a household. Now, why do we say that? If we improve the economic base of the woman has resources. The woman is able to support the growth of the household. So it means that the goal 1 will definitely be achieved because the woman will not have been poor. The household will not have been poor. Is that not it? Now, the woman, the goal 2 you are talking about, which is the food and nutrition security, the woman can ensure that because he can buy food if he himself doesn't farm. Is that not the case? And as he's buying the food, he will also be able to ensure that the nutrition is also attained. Now, we are also saying that that role of the woman, well, you see, health, that's go 3. The well-being, go 3. Because the woman is economically empowered, it means that the woman will be able to be very conscious of the quality of food, which will improve the health situation of the people. Do you get it? The woman also will support the education of children. That's goal 4. The same thing, we are looking at the gender equality part, because an empowered woman economically can be part of decision making. Right. It's just like now we talk about election, we are talking about issues of women in decision making. If you take statistics, if the woman have resources, sometimes the community even will come and tell you that this position wants you to contest it. Okay. Do you get it? Okay. So that part is very important, that if we are looking for economic empowerment, equality, especially that's when is the equality, gender equality. So definitely the economic empowerment of women. You see the trend of what I'm talking about. All those things will be achieved. So it will not only be goal 1 and 2. The other important goal that that part can also achieve, which we see women's role very important, is the fact that goal 13, which is the climate change. Yes, because you know a lot of women, they are in the household care provision. They look for water. Do you get it? They look for firewood. I mean, all those care things, they are doing it. And climate change is gradually affecting that. So if we get an empowered woman that has resources, can go through training, can learn and be educated, we will understand the implication of forest management, farm management. You see? So for us, the goal 2, we do it strategically with this intention that the woman becomes, there's value addition to the woman. Okay. We do it intentionally and see the woman in terms of agriculture. So we promote women in agriculture, increase their productivity. Make sure that the agricultural value chain, they understand it very well. Do you get it? Now, when you do that, it means that you are putting money in the woman's pocket. You get it? Right. So definitely that is what we do, and we are very passionate about that. That's why even my profile, you can see that we are working with a lot of women farmers, and the idea is to make sure that the SDGs, the woman become the center of achieving the SDG, if not for anything but for their households. All right. Yes.
Still live on the maiden edition of the Personality Focus with our leading guest today, Hajia Alima Sagito. And Hajia, now I want to know what's your opinion concerning women involvement in agriculture technology?
Yeah, I think that we are in a world where technology is now the way to go. And we know that because a lot of women level of education is very low, women have not been very active when it comes to using technology for their farming. Now, for us, simply for the work we do, technology, we are looking at like mechanization in the farming that our women are doing. Also using the tech for marketing, the opportunity to market using technology, especially in these times of COVID. And that is where a lot of our women are lacking. So what we are doing now is to get them to their children that are having the phones to help them do that one. And then also, we also try as much as possible, help them understand the importance of using technology that will help them in terms of their farming, planting, harvesting, and all those. It also reduces their labor. But currently, as we have now, a lot is very low for women in terms of participation in the technology area. But we have to work at it. We cannot just leave it like that and just be complaining. So cautiously, I think CSOs now who are working with women in farming, especially us, we are really looking at the technology part to be able to reduce even burden of work that the women go through when it comes to family. But technology can support in a lot of that area.
Okay, great one there. So now let's look at the current projects as well as upcoming projects from your office. Okay.
Yeah, so currently we are doing a lot. We just finished one. We are doing climate change with Global Fund for Women. It's very important. The idea is to introduce women to understand climate change and how it's impacting their lives.
Right.
Also introduce them to new modern ways of farming, sustainable farming methods, and for that matter, being smart in farming.
Okay.
So you are looking at land preparation issues, managing your land, doing savings to be able to make sure that you are investing new extension information that you will use so that you can manage the weather and still be able to harvest something at the end of the day.
Okay.
So then that's one thing we did, and then we are also doing currently we are doing a program with the World Food Program, which is on food security and nutrition for livelihood resilience for women farmers. It's very important. And in that program, we are looking at the inclusive financial inclusion and digitization. Over there, we are looking more of how do we introduce the women into what you just asked, this issue of letting them use digitization to manage their funds now, so that like we are doing the village savings with the village savings where the money is always in the box, can we introduce them to this simple Momo keeping so that some of the monies can be saved there, and then they can be doing payment and transactions from there. So you don't say that because women are not educated, when things are changing, you just leave them like that. So in that program, we are strategically introducing a lot of women into the digital savings that we want to introduce to them. So linking banks to talk to them, linking memo agents to talk to them, and let them see the benefit of doing those kind of things. That reduces the risk of loss of their income. So that's one thing we are doing. We are also doing what we call Women Empowerment for Action and Development. We call it Women Lead Program. We are doing with Plan Ghana. And it is about girls and women in leadership. Just promoting, be very strategic and deliberate about getting women into leadership, getting young girls into leadership. So we have a lot of clubs that we are forming in the schools, encouraging them. So this a lot of the school, we got so many of our girls to be able to go in for SP positions, just to get sure that they are starting like we started. Because when you start like that, your confidence begin to build. Then you begin to understand leadership. You know what to expect when you have the opportunity. So we are doing all those projects that so far we are doing.
I recently joined the director for the Northern Regional Library to Bambaya. You are collaborating with them or partnering with them to run a literacy project. Kindly share with us what inspired you, because considering the name of this organization is nothing related to literacy.
Yeah, you are right there, but it is because I just said that we are doing some work with Plan, which has to do with women and girls empowerment. And for the girls empowerment, we are looking at getting girls to really improve from every aspect of it. And the schools we worked in, we realized that literacy is an issue. And you know that if you cannot read, write, understand these things very well, you can't pass exams very well. So we took it up ourselves that if we are saying that we want these young people to become the leaders we are looking for, in 10-15 years from now, we need to start letting them understand literally what it means to be like that. Even if you mention the word leadership, do the women understand it? But building upon their literacy level will let them be able to better understand some of the words that we are using and asking them to do. So this year is the year of literacy for the Ghana Library Authority. And then I've been doing a lot of readings with them. I've been doing some work with them. So they came to us that they know that we do a lot of girls empowerment program. They think that this is important. And we think that it's important as well. So we decided to partner them to sponsor the registration of over 600 girls that we are starting with, to get them to be able to make the library their next home. Their next home. And then doing that to improve their literacy and then learn, because the books they give them are all lesson-based books. They will read, they will improve their learning, they will improve their pronunciation, they will improve their grammar. and at the end of the day, they will share the lessons and probably become better leaders that we want them to be.
Okay. So let's look at your final words. What do you have to say to all those who will be doing the viewing right now?
Yes, I just want to say that this personality focus we are doing, Maid Ghana is doing, is very important, because somewhere along the line you will need the people that are sharing. You don't know what word one of us will use and it can transform somebody. So we want to encourage that it is important and they should keep it up, and then saying that wherever and however they are planning it, God should let them do that. And to those who are listening, I want to say that the world is not so simple like we say it, but it's also very interesting to be in it and contribute to your quota. We have come this far not because we didn't have challenges. There's nothing that you do without challenges. The challenges are there, but people are making it. We have made it. You will make it better. Your time, this time is better than our time. Our time, the opportunities for somebody to do a personality focus for you to even listen wasn't there. But people have used those circumstances and still made it. So we should use this time well. We should use our resources well. And for me, resources, people. Make sure that you are relating very well with the right people. You are connecting with the right people. You are networking with the right people. And at the right time, make sure that you use the time you have now. Because if you miss an hour, you won't get the hour back. Every hour matters, but you should also be passionate about what you want to do and learn from others. And with that one, I'm very sure that you'll become far, far better than whoever you are looking up to. Your role model will never want you to be like them. They want you to be better. And especially me, I don't want people who are me say that I want to be like you. It's good to be like me, but you should also aim to be better than me. So that at the end of the day, we can all say that we came and we conquered. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It has been a great one on the maiden edition of the Make a Difference Ghana Personality Focus with our maiden guest, Hajia Alima Sagito, and she did just justice to whatever we have for her. And I'm sure anyone viewing this is definitely going to learn something. Aisha Mohammed is my name, and I was your host for the maiden edition of the Personality Focus. All you need to do now is to subscribe for more episodes.